everyone! Andito na naman tayo. I will explain several problems again involving uniformly accelerated motion. Our problem here is the jeepney you are riding is traveling at the speed of 15 meters per second when suddenly the driver saw a little boy crossing down the street. He pressed on the brake and it slows down at the rate of 5 meters per square second. How long does it take to stop and how far will it travel while his foot is on the brake? So, syempre, yung process pa din natin nag-resa yung gagawin natin. Okay, let's have this problem. So, our given will be initial velocity since the jeepney is already moving is 15 meters per second. And according to the problem, our acceleration is 5 meters per square second. However, sabi doon is the jeepney slows down. So, our acceleration here will become negative. Okay? There are two questions in the problem. Ang sabi doon is how long will it take for it to stop and how far will it travel habang nakatapak sa preno si manong driver. So, since it will stop, hihinto yung sasakyan, our final velocity will be 0 meters per second. Our required to find is the time it will take for it to stop. So, our equation, we will use equation number 1 since displacement is not needed. Okay? So that will be VF is equal to VI plus AT. Since yung time yung ating kukunin, we have to make time na nandun lang or natitira lang siya dun sa other side ng equal sign natin. So, ilipat natin yung VI tsaka yung A dun sa kabilang side ng equal sign. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, lipat natin siya dito. That will be VF minus VI equals 80. So, as you can see, katabi pa rin ni time si acceleration. So, we divide both sides by A para ma-cancel out siya and that will become T is equal to VF minus VI over A. So, this will be the working equation na gagamitin natin in solving the problem. Okay, so solve na natin siya. S time equals VF is 0 meters per second minus VI which is 15 meters per second over A, yung acceleration natin na negative 5 meters per square second. So, cancel natin to. Cancel na natin yung M tsaka yung isang square ng S. So, that will become negative 15 divided by negative 5 is 3. Ang natira lang natin is, ito, we have seconds. So, our time is 3 seconds. Ito yung time na kakailanganin nung jeepney para mag-full stop siya. So, this is our final answer. So, I hope you get this one clearly. So, kung may questions, you are free to ask anytime. Okay? How about the next question in the problem? According to this, how far will it travel while his foot is on the brake? So, same pa rin tayo ng process na gagawin. So, let's have G. That will be VI is equal to 15 meters per second. Our acceleration will still be negative 5 meters per square second. And pwede natin gamitin yung time na nakuha natin kanina and yung VF will be 0 meters per second. We are required to find the displacement habang nakapreno si manong driver. Alright. So dito sa isosolve natin na to, hindi natin kailangan yung time. Time is not needed. although may nakuha na tayong time kanina, no, sa first question dun sa problem, gamitin natin yung equation na hindi muna kailangan ng time. Since it will stop naman. So, the equation na hindi kailangan ng time is equation number 3. Okay, so this is equation number 3, which is VF squared equals VI squared plus 2AD. Okay? So, kunin natin ngayon si displacement. Ilipat natin si VI sa kabila. So, VF squared minus VI squared equals 2AD. Then, divide both sides by 2A para matira na lang si D. Cancel this, cancel this. So, this will become D equals VF squared minus VI squared over 2A. Okay? Then, we substitute. So, solution natin, D is equal to VF is 0 meters per second. Squared natin yan since may square dito sa equation natin. Minus VI, which is 15 meters per second. Then, square natin yun sa labas. Over 2A, which is negative 5 meters per second squared. Then, simplify na natin siya. So, this will be cancelled kasi 0 na yan. That will be negative 225 meters squared over second squared. Kasi yung 15 natin dito ay in-square natin. Over 2 times negative 5 is negative 10 meters per square second. So, cancel out the square seconds. Yung meter na isa, din ito. That will be negative 225 meters divided by negative 10. That is 22.5 meters. This is the displacement na ita-travel ng jeepney hanggang sa mag-stop siya. So, I hope you get this one. However, pwede pa natin yung isolve ng gamit naman yung time na nakuha natin kanina, which is 3 seconds. Ayan. So, paano natin gagawin yon? So, gagawin natin, given natin is VI equals 15 meters per second. Acceleration natin is negative 5 meters per second. And yung time na 3 seconds. Square pala. Okay? Then, we are required to find the displacement. And for the equation, wala tayong VF. Hindi natin nilagay si VF. Actually, you can use yung merong VF and you can use this one na isosolve ko pa lang. It will depend on you kung saan kayo pwedeng madalian. As long as given siya. As long as meron kayong value niya. So, our equation here, yung hindi kailangan ng VF. VF not needed. Alright. So, this equation will be equation number 2. That is D is equal to VIT plus AT squared over 2. Okay, I will just move this para makapag-solve lang ako ng maayos. Ayan. So, ito na yung ating gagamiting equation. Solve na natin siya. D is equal to VIT. VI is 15 meters per second times your time, which is 3 seconds, plus your acceleration, this is negative 5 meters per square second times the time, 3 seconds squared over 2. Okay? So, simplify natin siya. 15 times 3, that is 45 meters kasi magka-cancel na yung S natin dito, plus negative 5 meters per square second times 3 squared. Okay? So, that will become 9s squared over 2. Then, simplify pa din ulit, 45 meters plus negative 5 times 9 is negative 45 meters over 2. So, 45 meters plus negative 22.5 meters. Then, 45 plus negative 22.5. 22.5 meters. This is our final answer. As you can see, if you're going to compare it with the other answer kanina, same lang na 22.5 meters. Dito sa kabila, ginamit ko yung ating final velocity na 0 kasi nag-stop naman siya. Dito naman, ginamit ko yung time kung kailan nag-stop yung ating jeepney. So, same lang naman sila nung answer na nakuha. Can you use any other time besides yung nakuha nating answer? No. Kasi kung ibang time yan, hindi yan yung time na nag-stop yung jeepney. Okay? Kasi ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, gaano daw kalayo yung narating ng jeepney habang naka-brake yung driver. Eh, kapag naka-brake kasi, eventually, mag-i-stop yung sasakyan. So, that is all for that problem. And this problem is also patterned on the next problem that we are going to discuss. Kaya lang, this uniformly accelerated motion takes place in a vertical dimension. So for the next problem, we have Kian tossed a sepak takraw ball at a speed of 11.29 meters per second. How long will it take for the ball to reach its highest point and how high will it reach? Okay, so for those who do not know, this is the case of a free fall. So case number 3 for the free fall. The object is thrown upward. Okay? So hinagis pataas yung object. So if you're going to illustrate this, no, for example, ito si Kian. Yung bola, hinagis niya papunta sa taas. Ayan. Okay. So at it reaches its highest point, eventually, it will come to a stop. Okay? It will stop at its peak. Okay? So dun sa pinakamataas na part or pinakamataas na height na mararating niya, mag-i-stop siya doon. And we call that as the terminal velocity. So, terminal velocity. As it reaches the terminal velocity, the ball will stop and its velocity will become 0 meters per second. Okay? So, gawin natin si problem. Solve natin siya. So, given natin is the initial velocity of the ball, which is 11.29 meters per second. And our acceleration due to gravity is negative 9.8 meters per square second. Why negative 9.8? Bakit G yung ginamit ko? Remember that this is free fall. Okay? And when we say free fall, it is moving along the y-axis. So, ibig sabihin, ang movement ng object either upward or downward. And we all know na kapag vertical ang galaw ng object, the only acceleration that takes place in that object is the acceleration due to gravity. And for Earth, that is a constant negative 9.8 meters per square second. Negative because the direction of the gravitational pull is downwards. And of course, dahil nga hinagis siya pataas, it will reach the terminal velocity. The final velocity will be 0 meters per second. Okay? So, our required to find will be the time it takes for the ball to stop. Okay? So, missing dito ay yung displacement. D is not needed. Alright? That will be equation number 1. Vf is equal to Vi plus AT. So, derive natin siya. That will be Vf minus Vi equals AT. Divide both sides by A. So, this will be T is equal to Vf minus Vi over A. Solve na natin siya. So, solution, that will be T is equal to Vf, which is 0 meters per second, minus Vi, which is 11.29 meters per second, over acceleration, which is negative 9.8 meters per square second. Then simplify natin. Wala na siya. That will be negative 11.29 divided by negative 9.8 meters. Our answer is 1.15 seconds. Answer natin. So this is our final answer. 1.15 seconds bago huminto yung bola dun sa taas or dun sa kanyang maximum height. So remember, our time is 1.15 seconds. Okay? Now, let's go to the next question. Sabi dito, how high will the ball reach as it reaches its highest point? Okay, solve natin siya. So, Gresa pa din. So, that will be Vi is equal to 11.29 meters per second. Our acceleration due to gravity equals negative 9.8 meters per square second. And yung ating time, which is 1.15 seconds. Yun yung nakuha natin kanina from the first question dun sa ating problem. Then we are required to find the displacement of the ball. Ang equation natin will be, hindi kailangan ng Vf. So, Vf is not needed. So, this will be equation number 2. That will be D is equal to VIT plus AT squared over 2. Then, solve na natin siya. So, D is equal to Vi is 11.29 meters per second times the time, which is 1.15 seconds, plus A is negative 9.8 meters per square second. So, this will be G pala. I'm sorry. This will be G. And time is 1.15 seconds, then square. Kasi naka-square to, so you have to put the square there. Over 2. Simplify natin itong solution natin. This will become 11.29 times 1.15 is 12.9835 meters. Kasi magka-cancel tong seconds. Plus negative 9.8 meters per square second times 1.15 squared. 1.3225 s squared over 2. So, cancel na yung s squared. Okay, that will be 12.9835 meters plus, then we multiply this, negative 9.8 times 1.3225. That is negative 12.9605 divided by 2. Okay? So, punta tayo dito. That will become 12.9835 plus negative 6.48025 meters. Okay, so our final answer here will be 6.5 or 6.50 meters. This is our displacement or yung ating y. That is how you get the displacement using the time that we have gotten a while ago from the first question. Pwede rin namang ganito. Gagamitin natin yung ating final velocity dahil naman after 1.15 seconds, ang bola is nag-stop. Diba? So, we can say that the final velocity here is 0. So, solve natin yan. Vi is equal to 11.29 meters per second. Our acceleration due to gravity, which is negative 9.8 meters per square second. And our final velocity, which is 0 meters per second. hindi na tayo gagamit ng time. We are required to find the displacement of the ball. Right. So since time is not needed, we will use equation number 3. That is Vf squared is equal to Vi squared plus 2AD. So dahil hinahanap natin si D, simplify natin or i-derive natin yung ating formula. That will become Vf squared minus Vi squared equals 2AD. Then divide both sides by 2A para makancel at matira na lang si D. So this will be D is equal to Vf squared minus Vi squared over 2A. Then, solve na natin siya, simplify na. Okay, Vf squared is 0 meters per second. Squared pa din minus 11.29 meters per second. Then, square natin siya sa labas. Over 2A, which is negative 9.8 meters per square second. So, this will be cancelled out. Then, we square 11.29. Then, we square 11.29. Negative 127.4641 meter squared over, second squared. Over 2 times negative 9.8, that is negative 19.6 meters per square second. So, cancel natin yung mga kailangan i-cancel. Okay, then we divide. The negative 127.4641 divided by negative 19.6. Our answer is 6.50 meters. Okay? So, comparing it from what we have solved kanina, we have the same answer, 6.50 meters then. So, that is how you solve problems involving the uniformly accelerated motion in the horizontal and the vertical dimensions. So, I hope may natutunan kayo sa mga sinabi ko. Sana naintindihan niyo yung mga pinag-i-explain ko dito. If ever naman na may questions kayo, you are always free to ask anytime. So, that's it for today. Good luck sa pagsasagot ng modules. Sana nakatulong to at sana medyo mas nalinawan kayo sa pagsosolve ng problem. Okay? So, that's it. Bye everyone. Thank you.